Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl Samantha Portia, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. So like I always do in all of my videos, I like to take this time out to thank all of you who are viewing this channel. Those of you who are viewing this channel for the first time, hopefully you guys feel home here enough to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification. That way whenever I do a new video, you guys don't miss it and we can all hang out again. Okay, so today's video is going to be about my teeth. Yes, today's video is going to be about my teeth. I'm going to tell you guys why they're so perfect, you know, why I have beautiful, blinding white teeth, and the whole process, the whole breakdown, what I did, what I went into, everything. Like, we're about to get into that right now. So grab y'all popcorns, put the kids away, okay? Like, pull up a chair, like, turn y'all phones off, because we about to get into some things, y'all, about these teeth. Okay. So, yes, guys, I have perfect teeth. I've had perfect teeth before I went and got my teeth done. So, I didn't get my teeth done because I needed to or anything like that. The most that I probably had, well, the most that I did have with my teeth was I had like a little minor gap between my two front teeth, and literally my whole family has that, so that's like a family signature. But other than that, my teeth were perfectly fine, perfectly straight, white, like everything. But we all know, you know, giving a polished look, like just giving that Hollywood glam like smile, it literally just pulls your whole look together. So for me, it was more so the cosmetic look and appeal of why I got my teeth done. Okay, so I'm gonna break everything down to you guys and how I found my doctor, what the process was with him, and as far as payments and everything like that, and then what the traveling situation and everything was. Once I got there and where I stayed, like, I'm gonna break it all down for y'all, okay? But yeah, before okay, so I was interested in veneers. I mean, I would see people with like really like amazing smiles, and I mean, again, I had great teeth, so that wasn't really like something that I was like, oh, okay. I mean, okay, yeah, you can go get your teeth done, or I felt like it had to be a medical necessity of why you need to go and get your teeth done. Quickly after doing research, I found out that that was not the case, okay? And we know that it did really become a trend, I'll say about, I mean, people been on this like veneers trend, like celebrities been on this. So I think if you're a person that does not have cosmetic medical necessary reasons to get your teeth done, you didn't know about veneers, or you didn't like find like the purpose of veneers, but you would look at these celebrities in these magazines and you'll see them on the red carpet and in these pictures, and it's like the teeth are just blinding. So me being the type of girl that I am, right? That type of stuff attracted me. Like, I just love perfection. I love, like, people would say that I'm a vain person or I have vanity. It's true. I mean, I love beauty and I love cosmetic stuff, and yeah, the whole nine. So, it was more so, aside from that too, around the time I got my teeth done, it was more so a thing for me as like liberation out of getting out of my last relationship. I just was like, okay, each like birthday, like I was like, I don't really like remember them. They're not like really memorable. So the year that I got my teeth done was really like, I guess, a milestone, like a turning point for me. And I was just like, I'm going to do something special for myself. I don't care what it is, whatever it is, I'm going to do something for myself. I'm gonna love myself, you know? And that was really me just going through like the healing process of not being in that long-term relationship anymore. So the teeth, like when I got my teeth done, that was really like the first revamp of me. Like that was me getting back to how I am naturally. Like I was still myself in a way, but you know, when you're in a relationship, you compromise a lot of who you are. You compromise a lot of things that you want to do and want to pursue. So that's what the teeth symbolize for me. Okay. Hey, my birthday's coming around. I want to take a trip. And then at the time I was just looking, I'm like, I was teeter-tottering with the idea. I'm like, I want to get my teeth done, but I don't know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people are saying you have to get your teeth shaved down. I'm not big on that. And then there was like, I'm reading articles online and it was like, oh, you know, your teeth can rot and you can have halitosis and stank breath and like all these other things. So I would read an article one day and I'd be like, oh, okay, I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, this person's not really saying, oh, it's this, and this. And then I would read an article the next day and I'd be like, oh my God, then they're saying this, like, so I quickly found out very quickly that when it comes to medical, cosmetic, surgical, anything like that, you're going to get the horror stories first. You're gonna get worst case scenarios like first, always. You're gonna always get that. So with me looking at those things, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, do I really want to like spend this money on that? Like, is this really like, and then I'm like, you know what? No, I want it. So I'm like going back and forth with myself on it, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys what the turning point was for me. So I was on Instagram one day and I follow Eric Tay. So he had posted a picture of him taking his off. He took his old set of veneers off and he got another set done. But what stood out to me the most was the fact that he still had all his teeth. Like, he could have walked out of that doctor's like place with just that and it like this teeth was fine. So that right there was the turning point for me. I was like, oh, bet it's a done deal. Forget it. I'm getting my teeth done. I'm doing this for me. This is gonna be my birthday gift to myself. And you know, I really want to work, like, let my money show, like, for something, like, yeah, like that. I want the money look. That's what I was getting. I want the money look. So once I seen that, the picture, like, his teeth was fine. They didn't shave down, like, it wasn't no nubs, no nothing. And I don't mean to put his business out there because y'all shouldn't have to know, like, whatever. But yeah, once I seen that you don't have to shave your teeth down, you don't have to look like crazy, and it's not like something permanent like that you could, like, it can be either or. You can permanently have veneers by getting them done once their expiration date, or you can get them on and take them off. So I had an option and that was perfect. I wanted to go to the doctor that he went to, and he was kind enough to post the doctor, and I reached out to the doctor. And this is how I know I'm like, when I'm serious about something, it becomes almost like an obsession in a way. Like, not that I'm obsessing about it, but it's like my, I guess, subconscious is just like, okay, this is what I really want. This is what I really want. So the whole idea just kind of, it nags at me. And I finally reached out to the doctor. I'll never forget the day. I was with an ex-friend at the time, and she had met some girl. Like, this is a whole crazy story. She had met some girl with like a kid, and she was going to like this like spa place or treatment place in Miami. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll go for the ride. You know, I'm bored. I don't have much to do. I want to get out the house. So we was going down there, whatever, and I was just like, you know what, let me reach out to this doctor. So now comes the part, guys, how I tell you like what the process is, because this doctor was in Colombia, Cali, Colombia. So that's why I went to get my teeth done. And the doctor's name is Dr. Salgado, okay? Dr. Salgado. I'm gonna try to remember to put his Instagram handle down in the description box below, so you guys can go ahead and contact him. At the time, my teeth were $5,000 to get done, so that's not like a cookie cutter. I mean, it's a cookie cutter price, but it's not really like a cookie cutter price, because you know everybody is different. So depending on what your needs may be, some people need implants, some people, and I don't even know if they do implants, so don't quote me on this, you know, like, so yeah, people need different things, so your price will vary, okay? So yeah, I reached out to the doctor or whatever, and I was just like, okay. And you know, when you're doing stuff overseas, it's just, it makes you very like weary, like, you know, are these responses gonna come in time? Da, 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 you know, or when I send my payment, like, is it safe? Like, so we got to get into all of that. So I reached out to him, right? And literally when I reached out to him, like, he wrote me back probably within that same hour. So he was like, okay, send me pictures. And I think I sent him a set of 5 pictures. I sent him front on with the mouth open. I saw him like up, like I had to open my mouth and send pictures, like, so they wanted to see pictures of like everything. So in total, I probably sent him at least like 5 pictures. Okay, so once I sent him the pictures, that's when I got my quote. And when I got my quote, of course they send the payment information and all of that, where you can leave a deposit. So the whole deposit idea was like perfect for me, because I can lock in my price, and once my price is locked in, mama could go do what she needs to do to get the rest of the coin, okay? So at the time, my deposit was only $500. I don't know what his deposits are like now, okay? Because this was like probably like 2 years ago, so I don't really know. So yeah, I went and sent him the down payment via PayPal, and at the time I was like, okay, PayPal, I mean, they track your money and all of that. Like, it's not. Me personally, I haven't had a bad experience with PayPal. I've heard horror stories. I know people who do the horror stories on PayPal, but thankfully that hasn't happened to me. So I felt comfortable sending him the money via PayPal, and yeah, I felt comfortable sending him the money via PayPal, and the communication was great. And more so than anything, when I want something, I'm not thinking about what can go wrong. I'm not thinking about horror stories and what other people went through. I'm thinking about me. This is gonna go great for me. My story is gonna be different. This is what's gonna happen. So that's what it was. It was like a smooth transaction, okay? So their bank, their information and all of that, like, it's all validated. Like, it's like a professional establishment. Like, it's Google, like, all, like, it's legit. So long story short, y'all, I sent him the payment, and I believe I sent him a couple of other payments, but long story short is when you book your date, right? It's in Cali, Colombia. And when you book your date, your appointment time, that's when you you bring in the rest of the remaining balance. So that's pretty much what happened. I was sending him a couple of payments, and then once I got there, that's when I sent him the rest of my payment. And I didn't have to have cash on me, none of that. Like, my bank card worked perfectly fine. I just swiped it. It was like being in America. Hey, let's get these teeth done. This is some tea with this trip, okay? So, y'all, I mean, knowing me, like, y'all already know, right? I set the appointment up, and the first day that I set the appointment up, I forget exactly what it was, but something had happened, and I believe it was with the plane ticket or me not getting my ticket in enough time for the appointments, like something along the lines of that. And I couldn't make my first appointment. So I reached out to him. He was kind enough. He was like, okay, fine, no problem. We're gonna reschedule you. It's not a problem. Your deposit is safe, da 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 da. Perfect. Communication was good. Everything was still good. My deposit was good. He didn't cancel me, didn't take my money, none of that. Again, y'all, this is Dr. Salgado in Cali, Colombia. Oh yeah, it was because I missed my flight. I had got all the way to the airport and everything. I missed my flight. So I rescheduled, right? So once you miss your flight, you gotta reschedule the flight and everything like that. There was kind enough. Usually any time that I miss a flight, like, I don't have to pay. Thank you, let me knock on wood. I don't have to pay for like no extra ticket, no none of that. Like, they just like, oh, okay, we'll just give you another ticket another time. And that's what happened. Now, y'all, the next day, y'all wouldn't believe, like, I still almost missed my flight. I don't know what it was with me back then with time, and I think that's probably why I'm so good now with it. Like, I will pack a day ahead, because I already know me. I'm gonna still be packing stuff on my way out the door, so I will pack a day ahead, 2 days sometimes. So I get, like, I'm rushing, and that's why I don't like to rush, because you forget things. So I'm rushing. My friend's giving me a ride to the airport, and I had my phone, right, walking out the house, and I put my phone down because I was in the kitchen. I put my phone down to do something. I don't know, probably was something stupid. And I'm rushing. I rushed out the house, right? So I'm in my friend's car, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna call you to something, whatever. I'm looking for my phone. Where's my phone? I don't have my phone. I can't communicate with these people. These people Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. How am I find a place? How am I find a hotel if I don't have my phone? What, like? So my friend was like, oh, I can take you back to the house and get your phone. It was too close. The time was too close. I don't want to go back to the house and miss my flight. And then my appointment is tomorrow. You know what? I'ma go. I'ma just go. So this is where, like, it may seem small to y'all, but this is like a major thing. This is where, like, faith and just, persistence and, like, all of those good things, like trust and all of that come into play. I just was like, you know what? And mind you, I'm going to another country without a phone. That is so dangerous to do. Honestly, guys, like, I couldn't call my mom. Like, nobody knew. Like, I'm there. I'm not here. I'm there. So I don't advise people to do this, but my situation was a little different. I had no choice, and I was not gonna just cancel on this man again and him think that I was not serious. So, okay, I'm like, okay, brain power, boom, brain power. So it was a whole lot of people who looked like me, okay, who was going to Colombia. And I didn't know. Like, I'm just thinking like this is gonna be like just, I'm not gonna know nobody. So it was a lady, right, who I sat next to, and I something, it was just my intuition that was like, just go next to her, like she'll talk to you. So I went to her, I sat down next to her, and I'm like, listen, ma'am, I left my phone at home. And you know when you talk calm like that, you have to like take that deep breath and you like, ma'am. That's how you make people know that you're serious. Like, this was a serious situation. I'm not going home because I need to be on this plane, okay? So I told her my situation. I was like, listen, can I please borrow your phone to find the address of this hotel? So I was thinking smart, right? One thing about me, I'm smart and I'm very resourceful. It does not matter what situation I'm in, I'm always going to make a way. Period, point blank, the end. So I was like, okay, boom, brainstorm. You're gonna need to leave from the airport to the hotel. So the first thing you need to do is find the address of the hotel. Even if you don't speak Spanish, I can give you this address and you're gonna know where to take me to. Now, once I get there, I can check in. That's a different story. I still didn't have the address to the doctor's place yet. So I went on my Google, logged into all my stuff, found it, got the address to the hotel or whatever. So I was like, okay, boom, first phase is good. First phase is good. I'm good. Okay, boom. So I get on the plane. The plane, it's a 3-hour flight there. So it was good. It was a smooth flight. I'm glad I was able to enjoy the flight. Granted, what my situation was, I didn't have a phone, but I didn't let that bother me. I knew that I was going to another country. It was my birthday. And I'm gonna get my teeth done. So I counted my blessings. So we land or whatever, and when you land, because we're international, you guys already know, you're gonna have to go through their TSA. And y'all, I don't want to tell the tea, but I'm not gonna say. So they have their dogs, right? And they have like their people. And I had a vape. I had a vape in my bag. And they was just like, okay, they'll check your passport. Some people they'll just let through. And I'm standing there like, oh my God. Because you get your bag. Like, you don't know. There's no you go through TSA and then you get your bag. No, baby. When you get off the plane, you get your bag and you go through TSA with your bag. So I'm like, oh, I think I got this thing in my bag. Oh my God. I'm in another country. What are they gonna do? Lord. I'm singing church hymns, child. So the girl, they had let homegirl through. She was fine. I'm like, okay, boom, we finna go. I'm like, boom. They was like, nope, stop. So they stopped me and they was checking my passport, all of that. Then the man took me to the table to check my bag, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna find me vape. And like, part of me was like, okay, I want to open the bag and get the vape and like throw it away like real quick. But I'm like, no, that's gonna be stupid. Don't do that because you're gonna make yourself stand out. Don't do that. Just act cool, act calm, chill. So I'm like, okay, boom, here we go. So the man opened my suitcase. He's going through it. Mind you, I see the vape and he just passing over it. I'm like, he passing over it and passing over it and passing over it. I'm like, okay. So he closed the bag. Oh, when he closed that bag, y'all, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, am I going to jail in Colombia? So, okay, I think why they stopped me was because, you know, I'm a girl, single, traveling by myself. Usually people come, I guess, looking my age, they will come with a spouse or with friends or whatever the case may be. And I don't know if y'all know Colombia, they got cartels and all types of stuff over there. So that's their way. because what they did literally was took my passport and they wrote my passport number down. So that to me is like they're trying, like, okay, we can track you whether you do something or something happens to you or family members come looking for you. You did come in the country, then they'll find out where you stay, blah, 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 blah. Boom. So I got through. They was like, okay, boom, enjoy your trip, da, 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 whatever. So once I got through, I'm like, okay, boom, now what am I gonna do? I have to get to this hotel. I had the address. So I'm walking down. I'm like, okay, boom, let me go. I see police, right? I said, I'm going over to the police. I'm like, listen, I lost my phone. I'm trying to get to this address. I'm trying to get here, this address, right? So the police takes me to a cab driver, and I tell the cab driver, like, you know, where I'm going. Like, fine. The police talking to the cab driver in Spanish, whatever. So if anything, at best, at least a police saw me, and a police saw me get into a cab, a certain cab, just the cab number, whatever. A police saw me. So that's what made my ride a little comfortable, going to the hotel. Now, y'all, when you get to Colombia, right, and you're driving, you're leaving the airport, you're driving past a lot of like tobacco farms, tobacco fields, a lot of like nothingness first, a lot of darkness first before you get into the actual city. So I'm thinking to myself this whole time, I'm like, oh my God, like what is, don't think that. Just think safe, positive. Just think safe, positive. Okay? Okay, y'all. So I'm in the back of the taxi, right? And you know, when you're passing all of this stuff and it's dark the way that it was and a whole lot of nothingness, all of the horror movies and all of the cartel movies and kidnapping movies, like all of them are coming to my head, and I'm just like, Jeepers Creepers. The other show with the Spanish cartel people, and then the show with the girl when she had to run because like, I'm thinking about all of those movies, and I'm just like, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're good. Positive thoughts. We're good. Okay. So my meditation and spiritual like skills and all of that. Oh baby, I was putting them to use. I was putting them to use. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, y'all. So the lady who let me borrow her phone, she was like, oh yeah, I'm going over there to get my body done, and I'm getting my teeth done, like the whole shebang. So I was like, oh yeah, she even more of a friend. Perfect. I love you, girl. So, okay, once you pass all of that, right, then you start seeing lights and you start seeing people, because I'm like, if anything happened, I can't run out the car. I mean, I could, but where am I gonna run to? Like, it's dark, it's nothing. Like, what am I doing? So finally we started getting to like the city part. You know, you seeing buildings and you seeing lights, people, and like over there, their thing, like they have cars and stuff, but like over there, their thing is mopeds. So you saw a whole lot of mopeds. Like you saw mopeds everywhere. Like they're racing and they're just cutting zoom, zoom. Like, I don't want to say this without sounding away, but there's no way of saying it. But the way that they drive here, when I went there, it made so much sense to me. I'm like, okay, I can see why, and this is just what y'all do. This is how y'all drive. So yeah, you see everybody, you see like the girls with their boyfriends and they're in their like tube top. Everybody body is snatched and everybody tramps their tattoos and jeans and sneakers and stuff. Mind you, they're all going to the club. So them, like their thing over there is like house music and stuff like that. They're dressed in jeans and crop tops and tennis shoes, and they're going to the club. That's what they do. So yeah, boom, we make it through the traffic. Like y'all, it was a lot of traffic. So we finally make it through the traffic and we finally make it to the hotel, y'all. And the hotel, first of all, y'all, this hotel was amazing. It was immaculate. It was worth it. One thing I would tell you guys is that our currency is different there. I'm not sure how much, but it is more. I can tell you guys that for my stay there, I stayed there 3 days. So it was the day that I arrived. The next day was when I had my appointment, and then I stayed one more day, and then I left. So when I got there, the hotel receptionist, she had her phone. I was like, Google Translator, No, I didn't even say it actually. I was trying to talk to her, and she pulled it out. And y'all, this was around, like, they still had like Valentine's Day decoration and everything. Like, it wasn't even Valentine's Day. I never forget it. But it was a really nice hotel, and they had like their restaurant down at the bottom and everything. So I checked in, guys. Checking in was so easy. When she pulled out the Google Translator, she was nice enough to even call the doctor for me. Like, I looked him up, and then so what I had to do was I had to look him up. I looked up the business name, right? And then they looked him up in the, I guess, phone book or whatever it is over for like that country, and found him. And she called and everything, and she actually was like, that's how I got the address to the place to get my teeth done. She got the address and everything, and she was like, I'm gonna be here tomorrow, and when it's time, just come down. I'll call a taxi for you, and I'll tell the taxi where you're going. Perfect. So y'all, I literally was like so relieved, and I was patting myself on the back, because I could have easily just was like, you know what, I don't have my phone, I'm gonna turn around and like been murmuring and like talking shit the whole time, like. But I didn't. I took a chance. I trusted myself. I trusted my intuition, and you know, God was with me. God was with me the whole time. I was good. Like, I'm good. Like, my ancestors, everybody was with me. I was good. I was A1. So once I checked in, I paid for my 3 nights, and then she walks me up. She actually literally walked me up. It wasn't her giving me the key. No, she walked me up, opened the room, everything. The AC was piping. Y'all, this place was clean. The shower, like their whole, like the architecture, everything was nice. It was really, really nice. And I didn't expect it to be that nice, because again, y'all, when I booked it, it was $80 for 3 days. So to me, I'm just like, okay. But when I got there, y'all, I was completely impressed. And you can tell that it's history in that hotel, even though it's like it's renovated and everything, because their bars, like their decoration and everything, you can tell that it was like historical or like ancient, like not ancient, but you know, olden like type. It has history with it. So I checked in, and my thing is, I'm a TV person, so the first thing that I did was I grabbed the remote, and I'm like flicking, like, okay, they got Spanish, like they had Spanish channels, but they had all the English channels, like everything, like perfect. And I love cartoons, so I found me a good old cartoon station, right? I put my TV on, had my AC. The AC was piping, so I turned my AC off just a little bit, and I opened. So it was a balcony, y'all. It was a balcony. So I opened my balcony and everything, and like I'm just watching the people, y'all. It was so festive. So Cali, Colombia, I believe it's like their downtown. Y'all, was so festive. You could tell these people were just like almost like a South Beach kind of like thing. So yeah, it was a really good night. It was a really, like, I just sat there just in like a state of relief, you know, smoking my little hookah, whatever. And I was just like, bitch, girl, you in Colombia, girl, you is in Colombia with no phone. And you figured it out. So I was just like in a state of relief, right? So that was that day. I slept perfect. It wasn't no like bugs or nothing like that. It was like a really, really clean place. So then the next day I get up early enough, and I go downstairs and I have breakfast. And like their breakfast, y'all, so the breakfast was free, it was included. Their breakfast is like lunch food or dinner food. So they eat like a lot of rice, beans, and chicken, and like they had eggs there. It was like a buffet, so you could pick your own like plate. Like it was like the whole thing. So I ate my breakfast. It was real good. Went to the lady. She was there. She called the cab. The cab came. Took me to the place, y'all. And like driving. Okay, so driving through Cali, Colombia, it's like it's really festive. It's congested, but it's, I don't know, it's a lot going on. And you see a whole bunch of shops and a lot of like restaurants. So they have like a lot of storefronts. So they'll have like a cluster of storefronts with different stuff, then another cluster of storefronts, and it's like that on both sides. So you're just driving past a whole lot of stuff that looks the same, but it's like different businesses there. And it wasn't that long of a drive. So we pull up to the place, right? And it's a clinic. It's a dental clinic. So we pull up to the dental clinic, and literally it's like they were handing me off. It's like they were handing me off. He comes in, he's like, "You sure you're okay?" He comes in, like walks me in, make sure I'm inside of the place, and that was that, right? So when I got in, y'all, I'm looking at everybody that's in there, and they all look like me. Like they all look like me. It's people there with their mom, like they brought their moms, you know, like, and of course, you know, like older people, sometimes they have like dental issues and stuff like that. So like this was perfect. Like, and then it started making sense to me, like it's not just like what I thought it would, like what I thought it was for. And then I saw my girl. She was there too. But y'all, she was there in her bandages. And I give it to her. Mama, she did that. She went over, she got her body done, and she got her teeth done all at the same time. So she was there, whatever. And I'm like, "Oh, hi." You know, we caught up, whatever. So I walk up to the counter, and the receptionist was so nice and so professional, and she actually spoke English. I told her who I was. She was like, "Okay, sign in." Okay, y'all. So, yeah, she checked me in and everything, and then she was like, "Okay, you can pay your remaining balance now." So I paid my remaining balance, swiped my debit card, my bank card, and that was it. And then I sat down and waited for them to come and, you know, call me. So I didn't sit that long because, again, y'all, I had an appointment, right? Yeah, because I had an appointment. So the doctor comes down, and he comes down, he greets me and everything like that. So what I did find out was that it's a clinic, right? So when you look at his Instagram, you'll think that it's just him in that one clinic or the space. So it's different doctors, and they all have Instagram, and they all do like their promotion and all of that, and you know, bring in different clients for different doctors. I don't know if he has his own practice, like his own separate building now, but at that time it was different doctors there. So he gives me, so they read off to me like this like thing, waiver or whatever it is. So the one thing they were saying was that you can't eat hard food, like hard candies, you know, like biting them or like crunching and chewing on ice and stuff like that, because the pressure and the friction can cause the porcelain veneer to break. So, and I was perfectly fine with that because I never did that anyway. Like, I'm not a person who get a blow pop and just start biting it. Like, no, I wanted to avoid cavities at all costs. So I never was a person that did that. And I don't just sit there and chew on ice. Like, that's not appeasing to me. So I was like, okay, whatever. So he takes me and the first thing that they do is they clean your teeth. So he cleans my teeth and everything like that. And then he has an assistant that he works with. So she did more so of the foundational work with my veneers. And y'all, this is a 9-hour process. So the only thing you're gonna go in there and be out like, no, clear your day. Okay, clear your day. And yeah, eating is a good thing I ate before I left, because you ain't eating, baby, and it's a chicken place right there, y'all, and the smell just was coming. The smell was like, So she does most of my, like, she does most of the foundation of the work, right? And what it is, so they have like this, like, it's like this real bitter, like blue, like taste, like, I don't know, this stuff is like, it's real bitter and sour. So they put it all over your teeth, and I get like, that's the adhesive or whatever that they do, like, and cure it to make it stick to your teeth. So she put that on there, and then what they do, so she starts I guess molding. So at that time they didn't do the pre-molded teeth, and that's what I didn't want, because I saw people with those and I'm just like, that is giving denture vibes. I don't like it. So they literally, he was like, okay, I suggest this color for you, like this is a color that's really like nice. And then he was saying to me, he was like, you know, this is the material, and you know, with time that goes by, the material gets better and stronger and all of that stuff, which is, it makes sense, you know, humans, you know, we evolve, everything evolves. Okay, so yeah, he tells me all of that stuff or whatever, and that's when she starts to do the work. So the material was coming out of like a tube like that, and they'll cut it off or whatever, like little pieces of it, and then they'll roll it, and they had like this little spool thing, like they would roll it and mold it. So I have 10 at the top, 10 at the bottom, and they did each one the same way. So that's why the process was like 9 hours, y'all, literally. She was just rolling, molding, and then she'll have the light curing it, all of that, rolling, molding, curing it, all of that. So she did her part or whatever, filed and everything like that. And then this is where the doctor comes in, and he does like the final look. He does like the final, he smile, bite on this, like they have this little thing for you to bite on to make sure everything is like aligned and squared away, to make sure your lining is good and perfect and everything like that. And I needed gum contouring. So so what it is like they take like this little laser thing, and then they just contour your gums a little bit, maybe because they come down a little bit too low so that the smile can be symmetrical. Okay, so that's what I had. I had like on my maybe the top 2 or 4, something like that. He contoured the gums or whatever. So now, like, this is like everything is lined up, okay? Like the teeth are lined up, the gum line is lined up, like everything is lined up. Yeah, and he comes in, he does his drilling, everything, like shapes it, each one of them, like everything, like it was like A1. Y'all, by the time I was done with that, I was so exhausted. The only thing that I can do was order food and go to sleep. I didn't even really enjoy like the rest of my teeth, like anything. Like I was just like, okay, it's done. Of course I looked in the mirror and everything, and I was like smiling and like, yeah, like, but again, me, I didn't have like bad teeth for it to be like that much of impression to me. Like it was just like okay, I'm upgrading myself type of thing. What I would say, y'all, was these teeth was white. My teeth was white. So I definitely felt that feeling of money and accomplishment and just like, okay, yeah, we did it. What I would tell y'all is your mouth, because it's new volume, like new material in your mouth, it has to adjust, and that probably was like the most uncomfortable thing. And that didn't even last that long. Maybe I'll say maybe 3 days that probably lasted for. But immediately once I left there, I was able to eat fine. Nothing was coming up or falling, nothing. Like my teeth were fine. It felt like, okay, these are my teeth. Which they are. They are my teeth. So, yeah. The next day, I stayed there. They have like these tours and different things. And I went to the gift shop and I started buying gifts for people and stuff like that. Just because it happened. Along with your mouth adjusting, you're going to lisp, okay? And like when you say certain F words or S words, like it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel weird. But yeah, other than that, y'all, like everything was fine. Everything was perfect. He was like, these last up to 8 years. You can come in and take them off. You can come in, take them off and put a new set on. It's totally up to you. So I was like, okay. So yeah, y'all, I stayed there the next day. I enjoyed it. Like the city was busy. I walked around. It was a nice hotel. I believe it was a Hilton that was right over there because I had to go exchange currency and stuff so I can do stuff and buy stuff. It was like, so y'all, Colombia, you would think like there's a lot of black people in Colombia. Like a lot of black people. They look like us, but y'all, these people are fluent Spanish speaking people, okay? I was floored. And then the hotel that I stayed at across the street, it was like a salon, and it was a black salon owner. Like I was like, okay, girl, do your thing. So yes, y'all, I really enjoyed myself there. It was fun. It was a fun experience. Regardless to me leaving my phone at home, I was still able to do things and maneuver and everything like that. And literally what helped me through that was just the thought process of what would people do, or what did people do before we had cell phones, or what did we do before, you know? Even though Google Translator is like a modern thing, we see where it comes in handy, right? But beyond that, how did people travel and move around and like go to different countries? We didn't always have cell phones. So that's what got me through it. And I was just so happy and so like, I just had like this feeling of accomplishment, y'all. And I came back home, I was happy and motivated and just like, okay, so now what else? What am I gonna do to motivate, like to better myself and like all of that? So for me, this was really like a memorable thing that one, I did for myself. I treated myself, and I have a lifelong experience that I can remember from like for years to come, okay? And things like that are priceless. And if you aren't doing things like that for yourself, I encourage you guys to do things like that for yourself, okay? Regardless to what other people say, naysayers or whatever the case may be, do what makes you happy. Don't settle. Don't say, oh, well, I really don't need. No, you do. If you thought about it, if that thought about that thing or person, whatever place made you happy, it moved you, then that's what you need to do, okay? And here I am now, reaping the benefits of it. And y'all, when I had it, like, I literally would not smile. People would be like, oh yeah, smile. I would not smile. No, like it's not, I don't have to advertise it. When I open my mouth and you see, like, it'll be like, oh my God, you have perfect teeth. Wow, your teeth are so white and okay, then we'll get into the conversation. But I'm not walking into a room teeth first, like, look, y'all, I got my teeth in. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just, see, I'm a real relaxed, humble type of girl. I'm real, like, you know, I don't showboat. I'm real humble, because you can have it today and you can lose it that same day on tomorrow, okay? So, because of that reason, even beyond that, I'm just not that type of person. That does not run in my blood. But yeah, I'm just humble, right? And I feel happy, and I felt accomplished, and it motivated me, and beyond all of those things, that was something that I wanted to do that made me happy. So guys, y'all, this was a super long video. I had to change 3 batteries. Okay, three. And I didn't even think I would talk about this, honestly, because it's not nobody's business. Honestly, it's not. But this is a space for me, and these are topics that I want to talk about, and they make me feel good. So this is why I'm sharing it with you guys. Hopefully this video motivates you guys to just do what you want to do, wherever it is, you know, as long as it's not hurting anybody or hurting the world. Why not? Go be happy. So with all that said, guys, this brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys stayed the whole time. Hopefully you guys will watch this video. And if you're thinking about getting your teeth done, guys, this is definitely a video that you need to watch all the way to the end, especially if you're going overseas to do these things. And yeah, it's an easy process. You don't have to overthink it. And you're talking to a person who, like, I've grown out of it, but I used to overthink things, like literally, like boom, boom, boom. I'm a Virgo, so let me just say that I'm a Virgo. So yeah. But yes, guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me. New viewers, I hope you guys feel home here enough to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notification, so that whenever I do a video, you guys won't miss it. Because I want y'all to see it. I don't want you to not see it. I want you to see it, so you guys don't miss it. And to my love bugs, thank you so much for joining me and for the support that you guys are giving me. This channel is like for y'all. Like, thank you so much, and I'm glad that you guys just find this here like a little home, a little space for us to hang out and just talk and just, you know, be us. And yeah, y'all my love bugs. Y'all know I love y'all. So until next time, until next video, I'm gonna let you guys go, and y'all know what I'm about to say. Stay beautiful.